All right, I think we can start. We can begin. Thank you everybody who joined this webinar today. Before we begin, just a quick introduction to Zoom actually. We have a chat where you can discuss some things about our slides. And if you have any questions, there is a Q&A section, and you can put your questions there. And closer to the end of today's meeting, we're going to answer all of the questions from this section. So don't forget about it. Also, if you have immediate questions, you can also put it either to chat or to Q&A section. It's up to you. All right. Passing the mic to Ruslan.
Yeah. Hi, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. Let me share my screen. Okay, so today we will help you to build your first AI agent in 60 minutes without any technical skills required. So a quick introduction, a couple of words about today's speakers. I'm Ruslan, I'm Chief Technology Officer at Hyperskill, and today with me, Sofya. Sofya, she's a tech recruiter at Hyperskill, and she use AI a lot and automated almost all sections of her work. So today we'll talk about what AI agents are, about some platforms where you can work with AI agents and build ones. And after that, we'll go through live demonstration of building a real AI agent that saves like 8 hours per week for Sofia. And while we're building that agent, we also discuss techniques that can make agents actually work for your cases and solve your problems. And after that, we will have a quick Q&A section where we will answer all your questions. So let's begin with what AI agents are. But before that, let's make a quick poll to get a sense of what you think about AI agents. So we will ask you to answer to the question, which of the following are AI agents? So like simple ChatGPT instruction, is it AI agent or not? Or custom GPT, is it AI agent already or still no? And what do you think about Zapier automations with AI or N8N workflows? Also, you have options like all of these examples are AI agents, and none of them are AI agents. So I ask Sofya to start a quick poll.
I don't actually see how can I start a poll. So I ask everybody to just write down your suggestions, your ideas to a chat, please. And I also see a question in the Q&A section, if there's going to be a recording or not. Yes, there's going to be a recording, and we're going to share it with all of the participants when after the webinar. So yeah, please write down your ideas about what AI agents are to chat, and we'll answer to this question soon.
Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about the agents. Recently, Andy Jassy, it's a CEO of Amazon, shared their strategy with employees, and according to his views, there will be billions of these AI agents across every company and in every imaginable fields. Also, AI agents will allow us to start almost everything from a more advanced starting point, and Amazon has over 1,000 AI applications in progress already. So Amazon is betting the entire future basically on this technology, and they're already seeing massive results across their businesses. Another great article from HBR was published also recently, and in that analysis, it shows that we talk about like big market shift towards the agents that will transformate how work is done, basically. And the companies and professionals who understand how to build and deploy these agents will have massive competitive advantage over the other companies and employees. So AI agents is what we need, what everyone needs right now. Let's look at the poll results, I think.
Yes, there are some answers in the chat. Please check them out.
Yeah, I see all of them, none of them, custom GPTs, all of them. Okay, so it's okay to call AI agent basically everything from base ChatGPT with your instruction to complex N10 workflows with AI included, or like multi-agent systems. Yeah, the industry really uses this term broadly right now. And what matters, I think, is understanding the core components that makes the system actually useful for your work, and that what matters. So let's talk about like core components of AI agent. And in our definition, I think AI agent consists of four like components, and the components are model and prompt. The second component is context extension, like regs or another ways to like add more context to the model about like some specific cases about company details or client details, etc. Also, another component is the memory. It's like short-term memory and long-term memory. Like in ChatGPT, you have like some kind of memory that remembers some facts about you from the chats and uses these facts later in future conversations and improve answers by using them. And the fourth component is tools. It's like tool calling or MCPs and etc. It's basically integrations that can be used by LLM models to perform some actions in different systems. So this is the simplest building block. The only mandatory component of the AI agent is basically model and prompt, and other are optional that can extend its abilities. Also, this block has optional input context, like for example, if we're talking about a task to like review CVs that we will discuss later today, the input context may be like applicant context or CV of the applicant. And this blocks also have optional outputs, but it's maybe a text or some information or context that will be passed to the next block and or to any other systems. So, okay, this from the simple block, we can go to like very complex multi-agent systems that can solve different problems. You can like connect different agents to handle your entire workflow. And usually in this case, each agent does one thing, but does it like really well. Okay. Let's move to the platforms where you can like, build AI agents and work with AI agents and automate your tasks. Like usually until some time recently, you have like several ways to build your AI agent. You can write your custom code in Python, JavaScript, and etc. Like if you want like full control of mm, AI agent, you can write it yourself. Also, you can learn platforms like N8N or Zapier, where you can use predefined building blocks to also build some workflows and add AI to these workflows. And another way is to use Cursor with MCPs attached to it and some custom prompts, custom project setup that also can like solve your problems and perform your task. And this like platforms are great for handling, usually great for handling massive data sets, or if you have like very specific or complex integrations that you need, and or some super custom logic that you need to perform your task. But the main problem is usually you have to spend like 2 to 3 hours to learn of learning to save like 30 minutes, and it's okay tools for like automation engineers or for developers, but they are usually very complex for non-technical people, and they prevents them from automating their tasks. And to solve this problem, recently a new generation of platforms emerged, like that takes a different approach. And instead of making you to learn like how to make your tasks, they basically look at how you work and learn from your work how to perform your tasks. And you can just describe what agent needs to do in plain English and get the results from it. And also, they are not replacing your tools, are just integrates with your tools, so you can stay in your Slack and do not replace it, for example. And however, these tools are less flexible than previous ones. They usually covers like 70% of operational tasks that you have day to day that are not so that do not require some complex data pipelines and etc. And they can help you get productive in minutes and not months. And as a result, you can spend more time on strategic, like deep work, and not like learning tools, and not on operational tasks that is your time. So that's it. And let's move to live building of a real agent. So if it's your turn.
Yes, thank you. I'm going to share my experience of how I built my own AI agent, and it turned out to be pretty simple, even simpler than I thought it would be, because all I needed to do actually was to just write down my request and get the result and just improve it if something didn't work as I was hoping it to work. So yeah, and I'm going to share this experience with you today. I'm going to show you how I built my CV screening agent. So as a recruiter, I review lots of CVs on a daily basis for different positions. And it's something that requires lots of my intellectual resources, because you should always keep in mind job requirements. You should compare them with the CV, with different experiences of different people, of different candidates in different markets. And you should just understand whether this experience is relevant or not, whether you should proceed with this candidate or not. So it had been taking lots of my time, until I realized that I can easily automate such routine tasks with AI. So basically, all I needed to do is to just add integrations. So in my case, it was Bamboo HR, where we collect resumes, where we keep them, and UTrack, where I get job application requests, where hiring managers send job requests to me as a recruiter. So all I needed to do is to add those integrations to one of the tools that I'm going to be sharing with you today, and explain how to review resumes properly. Ideally, I was expecting this AI agent to be able to review such resumes with the same level of quality as I would normally do. So I needed to somehow explain what are the criteria for selecting and for selecting good resumes from bad resumes. So let me just show you how I did it. Let me share my screen with you. One sec. Mm. Do you see my screen?
Yes, you can see it.
All right. So today I'm going to be using Ona, which is one of such tools that Ruslan previously described. Tools for just that you can just give instructions to, simply explain what your task is and what you want it to perform, and get the result easily. So I'm going to be showing you step by step how I built my AI agent. So I connected services that I use on a daily basis. As I already said, it was Utrack and Bamboo HR. These two tools I specifically use for working with a position on a step one, where I get CVs and when I review them. However, there are some other options, lots of integrations already exist or coming soon. And there were tools from my stack. So basically, what I want my assistant to do is to just search Bamboo HR and Utrack. I can even specify where to look at for the job posting and the internal job description for a specific position. For today, I've chosen full stack development learning program expert position. So let's start by asking my future agent to look for job openings in Utrack and in Bamboo HR. And as you can see, it shows me what it's doing. It calls Bamboo HR for getting job summaries. Then when it found job information in Bamboo HR, it goes to Utrack, searching for this job description based on by using keywords or anything else. Either way, it found the job description in Bamboo HR and Utrack job opening, and it shows job description here and key requirements and key expectations. So the next step I ask it to do is to find candidates for this position. This position I have already been working on. So I manually reviewed some of the CVs, and some of them were not relevant for the position, and some of them were relevant for the position. And in order to teach my AI agent how to screen those resumes properly, I basically suggested it to just find candidates on relevant statuses, such as not a fit, if resume was not a fit for this position, or starting from screening status and advance to any later stage for resumes who seems like a good fit, which seemed like a good fit. So I asked to go and find those resumes in Bamboo HR in certain statuses and return IDs on such resumes. I also see some questions, I guess.
There was a question about what tool is it, and I shared a link to the tool in the chat.
So what does this agent, what this agent does now is goes to Bamboo HR and gets the information for me about candidates. Candidates with good and bad resumes, at least according to the job description and job requirements. And then it's going to provide me with a list of 10 of each.
So basically right now, just like walk through your agent about how you would do this task. Yeah?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So as we can see, it already found 10 candidates at a status not a fit. And yeah, it found candidates who advanced from screening stage to any further stage. Oh, it showed some not only IDs, but also names. Let's not reveal that. Is there a way how we can not reveal such information, Ruslan?
I think you can paste next prompt and scroll
Prompt?
to the end.
Okay. All right. All right. Sorry, guys, but we're not going to share this information publicly. So, but the result we see is that it found those resumes on statuses as I asked it to. So the next thing is, instead of saying what were the criteria, what were my criteria for selecting resumes as relevant and not relevant, I'd like to ask agent to identify it and decide itself instead of me providing such information. So basically what I do is I ask it, when now it has 10 declined resumes, 10 advanced resumes for the same job, identify the key criteria I use to mark candidates as suitable or unsuitable for the job. And I ask it to return a clear bullet point list of such criteria.
Okay, I think we can answer a couple of questions that we have in chat. So the first question is, do you have to instruct the agent on how to search Bamboo HR? I think I can answer this question. No, you don't have to instruct it. You just have, because the agent already knows how to use Bamboo HR. So you just have to tell it the task and it will perform it. Another question, how does it have access to your Bamboo HR? It's integrated with it, so you can log into it.
Yes.
Yes.
Here it's integrated.
Yeah.
And I use my corporate email and API key.
Okay, next question is, how is this agent preventing bias? So I guess it's for you. So,
yeah. As I'm showing you now, up to this point, it just collected the information from Bamboo HR. It just presented me with a list of candidates on a certain statuses and found the job descriptions in UTrack and in Bamboo HR. If something is wrong, I can just go and manually, it's always worth manually double checking the information that you get. And you can always correct this information and make it more relevant. So if something's wrong, you can easily write down your corrections in the chat and even ask your agent to improve its system prompt, improve its output. So that's how you prevent it from being biased. By teaching it, yes, and by double checking, and if something's wrong, you just provide feedback to it.
Okay, we have a next question. Had you applied not a fit status before now on those 10 that were selected? And I will answer this question. Yeah, it's a data that were before in Bamboo HR, and if you have such like examples, you can. It basically works for every task. If you have examples, you can provide examples to your agent, and it will be better for it because it can derive like criteria or like your style, etc., from these examples. But if you don't have, you can ask agent to build some basic instructions, and after you will collect some examples, after some work of the agent and your review of the results, you can use the same approach with examples to improve your agent. Okay, another question. It's an MCP, right? It already knows how to use this external APIs. Yeah, it's the same approach. Like in MCP, it's basically agent have tools to work with Bamboo HR, and it's the same kind of the same as MCP protocol. Yeah.
Yes, and let me quickly explain something here. This what I'm showing you today. I'm teaching my agent for future CV reviews on already existing data, and it's the best approach possible because it stops you from repeating the same work manually. If you already did some manual work and you can use this information for teaching your agent, then use it. So as I do now, I already worked on this position. I already manually reviewed some of the CVs. I applied my criteria. What I need is to just teach AI how to replicate my actions, how to imitate my actions, how to understand my reasoning. And so in the output, we can see here what were the key success factors, what were the disqualifying factors, and what were the key requirements and expectations from candidates. And we can use such information for building our agent. So what we have now is just basic information for our future agent. So at this point, this is all I have, and I should start a new chat for actually building my agent. Let's call this chat something like selection criteria. Yes, and we're going to use the information from this chat in other in the prompt of our future agent. So the next thing I do is I ask agent to list all candidates with the status new for the full stack development learning expert position in Bamboo HR again, to see if I have any new candidates, because I'm going to be applying these criteria to reviewing CVs of new candidates.
Okay, while we're waiting, I think we can answer more questions. Another question, does the owner already know how to search all websites, or is it a learning curve for the websites that the owner hadn't searched before? The owner have ability to navigate in internet. Basically, it can go to a website, but usually all like manipulations with websites are done by integrations, so by tools that owner have and can use to like interact with these services. And
we got the list of. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you can continue.
Yes, we got a list of candidates with the status new. All names are not real, specifically for presenting today, but we have 3 candidates with the status new for full stack development learning program expert position. What I ask it to do next is to, again, find job descriptions in Bamboo HR and in Utrecht. And I use all of these steps are needed for generating my future agent. So we can continue answering questions.
Yeah. Okay, another question is, what do you mean by teaching, like memory storage, or do you use this some prompt template? And I think I also can answer this question. By teaching, we mean usually that you have to show agent how to perform a certain task. So you have to go step by step and basically show it how would you perform it. And after that, you will see that we press the button generate agent that will generate autonomous agent from all this like instructions that we provided to it, and will perform this task autonomously in future.
Yes. So it found job descriptions. Now I'm going to be using the information from the previous chat with the selection criteria for applying these criteria for reviewing new candidates. So what I ask it to What I ask it is to search for ONA chats with the given title and take the selection criteria from there and post it to this chat, just to make sure it found it right.
Yeah, so basically you in one chat build your selection criteria and another chat build your complete workflow and imported that selection criteria from the previous one. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we have another question. Have you encountered the cases when the agent invents the result, and how you can recheck the result? I think it inverts.
What is this question about? How can I recheck the results? Again,
Yeah.
manually, as I already mentioned, when we're going to build this agent and allow it to review resumes and select candidates, we can ask it to provide like some reasoning for it. Like for every resume that is being reviewed and screened by this agent, it should provide the reasoning why a certain decision was made. And then we can double check this information manually. So if a certain resume was rejected, we can see reasoning, like a comment from agent why a certain resume was rejected or not, and double check this information if we agree with it or not. If we do not agree with certain decisions, we can always get back to agent and rewrite its system prompt in order to improve it. Meanwhile, it found the information from the previous chat in ONA and provided this selection criteria here. And what we need to do now is to ask to evaluate candidates on our new candidates based on those criteria. Okay, any other questions? Ruslan?
Yeah, we have another question. I think that, the question that I asked you was about hallucinations, but I think you answered answered it. That's basically
Yes.
you have to recheck sometimes that the results of the agent manually to check if it works correctly, and also use different techniques to reduce hallucinations. Another question is what's the difference between I think between teaching or agent in this way or just prompting the agent. And the difference, I think, is that this way of teaching agent is like it's more interactive, and you can specify like more details about how you want your task to do to be done by the agent. And but of course, it's basically builds the prompt for the agent at the end, but it's like more easy to use workflow. And also it helps you to provide feedback to the agent at the spot, so you see the like the results, and you can tell the agent, okay, it's not correct one, you should fix it. And and you don't have to like run the whole prompt to test if it works correctly or not. It's like more you have like faster feedback loop, I think.
Yes, and we have an output here. So it applied, my agent applied recommendations and assessed candidates and suggested me to advance to screen with one of them, to advance with caution with another one, and reject the third one. And I'd like it to also update statuses for these candidates. Those candidates have already been reviewed, so it means they should not be on the status new. They should be moved to another statuses. And specifically for resumes reviewed by my agent, I created such statuses as approved by ONA and declined by ONA. And what I'm asking it to do now is to just move candidates to the statuses that I specifically created for this purpose. And let's see how it's gonna perform such tasks. While we're waiting, we can, yes, it also asks my approval. There's a brave mode where I can allow it to perform everything without my approval, but now I can manually approve or reject certain actions. So what it asks me to do is to change applicant statuses, and I approve this action.
Okay, I think we have a time, to look at another question. Another question is, if a solution similar to the one being built now was used on a database like Salesforce, does this mean that if the database contains sensitive data, all of it will be going through the AI frontier model, for example, OpenAI or Claude? Yes, but you can use your own model provider. So if you like an organization, or you have powerful enough hardware or your server, etc., you can deploy your like internal model, internal open source model to that server and use it in ONA, and like that your data will not be shared with like OpenAI or Anthropic, and your data will stay in your inside your organizations. So it's like flexible here.
Okay. So what I did now, I just performed one task with AI within 2 chats. But it's not currently, it's not something that I can repetitively use. What I need to do is to create an agent. If I like the result with this chat, with how it performed tasks I asked it to, I can generate agent based on this conversation and then improve its system prompt to do such tasks on a regular basis automatically. So there's this button called Generate Agent. Let's use this one and generate an agent based on our conversation within this chat. And by generating agent, it's gonna, it has already been generated. We can name our agent in a way we like. We can provide some description for us to just remember what task it performs. And it generated instructions based on my previous interactions and my previous requests. So we can also add some parameters here, but I don't really need them. What I really need to do now is just review the instructions and rewrite them in a way that works for me. So what it suggests me to retrieve candidates. So it's the instructions and how these agents gonna perform. Retrieve candidates with the new status for specified job position. So it doesn't specify only one job opening. I was working within this chat, so it doesn't specify that. So it can be used for multiple positions. Get detailed job descriptions from Bamboo HR job summaries. Search for detailed job requirements in UTrack. That's great. Search for selection criteria from previous evaluation. That needs to be changed. We're going to change that in a minute. Get detailed application information for each candidate with the new status. Evaluate each candidate against job requirements and selection criteria from previous evaluations. Update statuses approved and declined. So let's actually rewrite these instructions a bit in order to get an agent that's gonna be working as I need it to. So it didn't save any selection criteria here, but we can manually insert it here a little bit later. What I need to change is search for selection criteria. We're not going to be using that currently. Detailed application information. This one's correct. Validity candidate. If approved. If declined. Yeah. As simple as that. We now have an agent. We can call it something like that. And we can use this agent for our future CV screenings. So I currently don't have any other job openings, open job openings that I'm ready to share with you now. But if I start my agent, Ruslan, what do you think? Should I show it or?
I think your instruction doesn't have like specific position, and it will fetch all of
Okay.
them. And I think
There's
if
a
you
question.
specify position in instruction, it will you can run.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let's do it with a similar job opening. What do you think? Let's do it for full stack developer, or what do you think?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay. But I'm gonna need to move those candidates back to the status view because they're not there anymore. Let me quickly do that then. Stop sharing for a moment. We can answer some of the questions from the chat while I'm preparing the data for demonstration. Ruslan, can you please answer some of the questions from the chat?
Yeah, sure. Okay, another question is, I see the Ona AI website that they have ready to deploy templates. HR resume screening is the first example. Is this ready to deploy HR resume screening template? I think the question is if we showing you the pre-built template or we built it right now. And the answer is that we built it right now, and it's not pre-built template, but you can use them if they work for you. Okay, another question, can we create edited instructions manually? Yes. And also instructions can be changed from the chat. So if you provide feedback, for example, to the agent, it will update its own instructions based on your feedback. So for example, if you scheduled agent to run every day to check your email, for example, and to perform certain actions with them, and if you don't like the actions agent performed, you can provide it feedback and it will update its own instruction. Okay, another question, can I add other connectors too, or only the ones mentioned in the owner? For now, you can add only the one mentioned in the owner, but in future, it will be possible to add any MCP that you want, and so you can extend it easily. Another question, can you instruct the agent to prompt for a parameter? For example, what position are we hiring for? Yes, that can be done.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, we have another question. Okay, it's it's a lot of new questions, basically. So I can run a Llama model like DeepSeek or GPT OSS or on my own servers. Do you have a model you would recommend for tasks like this? Also, if I did want to use a cloud-based AI, are you familiar with the ways to transform my sensitive data to remove the parts that are sensitive? Also, about MCPs, does that only work with desktop variants of these AI platforms? Okay, first one is about models. So basically, if you're basically reasoning models are usually better for such types of tasks. And if you have one, you can use it. But as always, if you have a simple task, you can use like more lightweight model. Another question about how to transform data and remove sensitive data. I think you can obfuscate your data by like making some kind of data transformation in the service that you're using if it supports it, or you can write some code to do it and to do it without AI, so it will remove the data from it. And I think it's right now the only like robust way to do it. Also about MCPs, if you have usually there are some platforms that already support MCPs and they work with SSE MCPs that deployed as servers, so you can connect them to the AI platforms. Or if you're using desktop version, you can also connect like regular MCPs that run on your machine. Another question, does it work with multiple languages? Yes, it works because it works on top of foundational models and they usually work good enough with different languages. Another question, can an AI agent read PDF? Yes, it can read PDFs, and if you work with like PDFs, it can read PDFs from different sources like Google Documents, Dropbox, and Bamboo HR. Like in our example, CVs are usually PDFs, and agent can read them and make decisions based on that information.
Meanwhile, I finished with setting up my agent. We're gonna answer the rest of the questions soon. Let me share my screen once again. So I updated some instructions a little bit here. Basically, I specified the position. I'm going to be using this agent for, but this cannot be specified. And also, I added my selection criteria from the previous step here, just to for agent to use this as when making decisions about candidates. So let's start agent, and it can work automatically, autonomously. So it goes to Bamboo HR, finds candidates with the status new. It found those candidates. Then it goes looking for job descriptions in Bamboo HR and in Utrecht, just as we described. When it found these job requirements, it starts comparing resumes against those job descriptions and requirements. And it provides evaluation. It found statuses I specifically created. and then it evaluates candidates according to my selection criteria and job descriptions. So again, it advanced one of the candidates, it rejected the other one, and advanced the third one. Now it asks me to allow it to change statuses. So
I think we could run it in brave mode to to not
yes also
approve actions.
Luckily here only 3 resumes to be reviewed.
Yeah. There's a bunch of questions about the recording, and the recording will be shared through the Hyperskill YouTube channel, and also you will receive an email with the link to the recording, so you can, so you will be able to rewatch the webinar and to get into the details and to do it.
So yeah,
build your
agent performed its task. It evaluated candidates, and I didn't have to do it manually. So basically, that's how it works. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen.
I think you could share how you can set up agents to perform like every day this task.
Oh, okay, yeah, 1 sec. Let me do that.
Yeah, basically you don't have to press the button to run the agent every time. You can schedule it to perform the task like every day.
Yeah, automatically. Yes, I can schedule it to work automatically, like for example, daily, every how many days? Like every day at 9 a.m. It's gonna be reviewing candidates automatically, and then I'm gonna be receiving notifications about the results. And all I would need to do early in the morning is to just check candidates that were reviewed by this agent, double check the information, and if something goes wrong, just change the system prompt and teach my agent to self-improve its system prompt in order to get better and for me to get better results. So yeah, basically that's it.
Okay, so I can share my screen now. Okay, so it like took I don't know like 30 minutes, I guess, to build an agent, and it was built by like a person without any technical background, I think. And so it's like building an agent is really simple right now. Okay, let's quickly walk through the techniques that we use to improve results of our agent. The first technique is to provide agent with the examples. So like in our case, we show like 10 examples of good candidates, like 10 examples of candidates with not so good, that are not fit for the position, and asked agent to write its own evaluation criteria based on the examples. And it works because agent learns patterns better from examples than like abstract instructions if we just say like filter out good and bad resumes. Another technique that we used is self-reflection prompting. So we asked agent to, before making decision, to explain its reasoning, like what factors agent using, or like rate its confidence in this decision and explain why. And all of this lines in your prompt helps agent to make better decision, and you can also more easily debug agent lately if something if things go wrong. And the third one that we actually are not sure today, I guess, but it's also a great technique is to provide examples and provide feedback to the agent. So if agent makes decisions that you are not agree with, you can provide feedback like this was wrong because, and provide some rationale why it was wrong, and ask agent to update the instructions, and it basically rewrite its instruction to behave in the right way in the next iterations. And it's the technique that I use like constantly with that tool, with the Ona. We have an agent that goes to our team meetings, and after that it creates like a summary in Slack, and creates and update tasks in linear. And I provide so much feedback so that agent now writes tasks as I would write them, and sometimes I can't like distinguish which tasks are like were made by me or by the agent. So it's a really great way to like tune agent for your cases, that how you want it to perform your tasks. So like techniques, examples, self-reflections, and providing feedbacks to the agent to perform tasks the way you want. And as a result, you will get agents that approve over time and handle your tasks like really well without any actions from your side. Okay, so as a summary, today we learned a bit like what AI agents really are. We discussed like 4 key components of the agents that agents consist of. And also we discussed like 3 techniques how to build more reliable AI agents, and actually built a really real working AI agent that saves like 8 hours per week for resume CV screenings. And if you're ready to build your own AI agent, you can scan this QR code and get $30 in on credits. It will be enough to build several agents and really test that what you have learned today. And this offer is only for webinar attendees. And we have a checklist for you that will help you to get step by step and to build your first AI agent. So if you can like read it.
Yes.
I think.
What I suggest doing is just simply register on ONA, connect your working tools. This can be like your regular tools that you use on a daily basis, like Gmail, Slack, etc. Anything else that you use on a daily basis. Identify your automation opportunities. Just think and ask yourself what routine task of yours takes many hours of your time, but could be automated and delegated to AI. And if you find such tasks, try to start with them and try to automate them. Try to understand what this task consists of and start step by step by automating this work. Then create your first AI agent and share your results on LinkedIn. You can tag me or Ruslan for feedback. And if you're going to have any questions, you're also able to ask us there, but share your results publicly, because the more automations everybody does and the more people share experience with each other, the better, because it helps others to learn and to try different things that may have never tried before. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, so you use this checklist and build your first agent. Also, if you're thinking about how AI agents could transform your like team productivity or your productivity, we offer several ways to help, from like one-to-one consultations to full team workshops and bootcamp programs. As a thank for you for joining today's webinar, you get 20% off of any of these services. The QR code will take you to a page where you can book a call, and we will discuss what would work best for your situation. So don't hesitate if you want that. And also we understand that sometimes you understand that you need agents, but you don't know how to start, and you have like blank page problem, and it's a real pain now, and we can help you with that too. Okay, so now we have a time to answer questions. I think we answered.
Yeah, there are some questions in the Q&A section. There is a question if I'm going to share the prompts that I was using. Actually, I had prompts that are specifically prepared for this webinar in order to get things done faster than I would normally do if I used if I created them from scratch. And also, I'm not a native English speaker, so I just prepared them in advance. But you don't really need prompts that I use today. What you need is just to explain in your plain language what task you need agent to perform. Just simply explain that as you formulate your requests and get the results. So what I showed today was just specifically prepared requests, but you can use your own. You don't really need any specific detailed prompts that I used today. So that was the question. Next question, I'm going to read it out loud and then see who may answer this. Ruslan, have you answered any of the questions from the Q&A section already?
No, only ones that have answered status.
Okay. The question is it built on top of an existing model or is it a foundational model? Can you please answer that question? I guess the question is about ONA.
For today's agent, we used Claude 4 Sonnet model, so it's a foundational model.
Okay. Will I share the final product? Well, yes, it's already there on LinkedIn. On my LinkedIn page, I share my automations that I built weekly. So I decided to take a challenge to automate one task per week, and I share my results on my LinkedIn page. So if you'd like to get the CV reviewer that I use, you can get it on my LinkedIn page. And there are some other automations from me, like bots, agents that help me to generate interview questions, bots, agents that writes feedback after the interview. There is an agent that generates pre-screening questions for messaging. So yeah, all of the stuff you can get on my LinkedIn page. I share links there openly. The next question, if you want to create your own agent with its own logic, maybe even a GPT wrapper, is LangGraph the best way to go, or is there something more simpler and better? Talking basically for creating something like ONA or something like that with another use case for a different field. Ruslan, what do you think?
If you want to build a product similar to ONA, you can use, I think, like LangFuse, LangGraph, and yeah, you can use different frameworks to perform it. The main requirement is to support tool calls. So if you want to create basic one, you need framework that support tool calls and like different models, and that's all. You can even write it your own like framework. But if you want to like build a great agent like in Cursor or like in ONA or in another service, you will have usually to write your own custom framework for that to perform as you want.
Okay, the next one seems like you are interacting with the agent. It seems that you are using it as a ChatGPT. Shouldn't it be embedded in your workflow to get full benefit of an agent?
I think I got the question, and agent like actually being embedded in the workflow once you set up the schedule for it and it's run. And it basically you if you set up agent to run like at night, you wake up in the morning and you can start from the next step in your working workflows.
Okay.
I hope I
Next
got
one.
the question right.
Yeah, me too. Next question. Sofia, aren't you concerned that this way you're advancing to the next stage, those who simply optimize their CVs to match the job description? Well, yeah, but it's gonna be, if a person does that for our job specifically, then it's a good sign actually, because like if a person adapts their CV to a specific job opening and they allocate time for this, it means that it shows their genuine interest, which is also a great thing and very beneficial sign for a candidate. So I'm not really concerned with that. But if the experience is like not real or fake, it's gonna be evident during an interview. I don't really think there are so many people like doing that, but if they optimizing their CVs for specific job openings, I only see it as a good thing, not as something needs to be concerned about, really. Next question about my Arc browser, if I'm going to be switching, if I consider switching to another one. Maybe, I don't know yet. I enjoy Arc, but yeah, definitely worth trying something else. And the next one, most AI agents today are just LLMs with a set of pre-built tools. Really, agents should be able to create the tools it needs on the fly. If I ask for Apple's stock price, it shouldn't rely on pre-existing API tool. It should build one, fetch the data, and return the result. Until then, it's not truly an AI agent. It's just an LLM with plugins. Ruslan, what do you think?
I think it's philosophical questions. Philosophical question. I think we get to that state at some time in future when agent can like write tools for itself on the fly, and it will be called AI agent. And but for now we don't have such like such technology yet. And also there are another approaches like approach that uses like ChatGPT operator or OpenAI operator or computer used by Anthropic, where you just give access to the whole browser or the whole computer for the agent, and it can perform any actions, and it's kind of the same because it will be able to also to perform very generic tasks, but the technology aren't here yet.
Mm-hmm. And the next one, can we create agents for meetings? Based on, it depends on what you mean by what
If
you want to
you
create.
If you mean the agent that can process like meeting transcriptions, yes, we can. If you're talking about agents that will attend meetings as a real person, you can build this one with ONA, but I think there should be some instruments that can do something similar, because we already have agents that can call people and basically perform calls, phone calls, and so why don't we why can't we build agent that can go for a meeting?
Notes from
Yeah,
meetings and
notes from the
creating to-do
meeting and
list.
to-do list. Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
it's can be easily done with such tools.
Yes. Yes. Let's answer some final questions and wrap up today's webinar. Question about recording again. Yes, the recording is going to be shared after the webinar. And the question, if someone submits an AI slop AI generated cover letter or CV, how can you make sure that your AI CV analyzer doesn't promote it? As I think I already answered a similar question. If someone submits like AI, I don't see anything bad in generating content for your CV until it's all real, until it's just finding the right words for expressing your achievements and things you did at work. So I don't see anything bad in it. And if somebody specifically tailored their resume to our position, then, as I already said, that's a good thing and a very good sign. And what is my favorite question to see whether someone's actually genuinely interested in working? I don't think that it's related to today's webinar, really. But as I already said, this sign that somebody allocated time for tailoring resume, for making it look more relevant for this specific job, then yes, it's already, this resume already gets some points from me and from AI. Webinars recording is going to be shared after, yes. So I think that was it with the questions from Q&A section and from the chat. And we can finish this webinar today. Thank you everybody who participated. Thank you very much for your active participation, for your questions, and for your suggestions. It was fun having this webinar today, and I'm glad if that was helpful, useful. Please try building your own agents and share your results publicly on LinkedIn. Tag me, Ruslan, because we will be very curious to see your results and give you some feedback if you'd like us to. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.